I must thank the fabulous and amazingly generous subscribers I have who gave me a bit of money, bought me a coffee on my Buy Me a Coffee page, because £25 of this went towards getting this amazing discovery set by a company called Perfumes. Although, to be fair, it's actually an A with this little. I think this is Swedish, so it's possibly not. I think it's like more maybe an Ånd or something like that. But I couldn't really find how to pronounce this online. So it comes with this little book, which, I mean, I'm not going to lie, some of this is really hard to read, and it's a bit, I mean, I get what they're going for, but this bit's annoying. However, the reason I was interested in this particular set of perfumes is because this is the company of Simon Constantine. Constantine, not entirely sure how to pronounce that, but he is, I believe, the son of one of the founders of Lush, and Simon is one of the, I mean, I'm assuming he doesn't work for Lush anymore because he's got his own company now, but he was one of the perfumers for Lush. And many of the real classic Lush fragrances came from him. So I literally I think I clicked on him to see how many of his perfumes I had. And then I found all these perfumes in this company. And I thought, oh my God, I've never, ever heard or seen anything about these. And when I went to look at some of them, I was just like, I'm so excited. So this is £25 for their discovery set of every single one of their perfumes. It's free delivery in the UK for anything over £20. And these are eau de parfums. Now, these are also generously sized. I think they're 2 mils. So as you can see, here they are, looking gorgeous. If I let's just take the first one out of here, shall we? You can see my white balance going a bit bonkers. I'm just going to open this up to make this a little bit easier. So let's get that white balance sorted. So if you can see, they're actually quite a good size, and they're not the eau de toilettes, they are the actual eau de parfums. Okay, so this first one is Påtch. I'm going to go through these. These are my first impressions. I've got a couple of them on my skin. There's a few more I definitely want to try on my skin. And I've sprayed them all out already, so I will tell you the dry down, and I will tell you what they actually smell like. Now, one of the things that I find shocking about this is I did not expect to like all of these, and I pretty much like nearly all of them. Now, there is a definite recognizable sort of Lush DNA going on here. So if you like Lush perfumes, I think you would find this discovery set so exciting. And because of the size of them, I'm going to be able to properly wear all of these. So we're going to start with Påtch. Now, Påtch, I wonder if I can actually... There's not really a nice way to do this, so I'm just going to have to push these over here and lie Påtch down. Now, this is what I mean, like, they've got this kind of scrawly, I just try and get that in focus, this scrawly writing, which is a little bit difficult to read sometimes, and I think especially if you're visually impaired, there's no chance of you being able to know what the hell these things say. So that is not my favourite thing, but the actual perfumes I am so far very impressed with. Now, if you watch me regularly, you'll know that patchouli is not something I really like. And even something like Karma from Lush, which I think is such an amazing and classic perfume, the patchouli in that is just too much for me. I can't wear it. So, I mean, I don't have a chance of wearing this one called Påtch, but I am so impressed with how good this smells. I normally, like in designer perfumes, I think patchouli often smells disgusting. Obviously, sometimes it smells dirty, sometimes it smells kind of earthy. And it's incredibly overpowering a lot of the time. And so looking at the notes in this, I thought I would hate it, but I don't hate it. This is actually an amazingly pretty perfume. So if you are the sort of person who loves a patchouli or like a natural patchouli, if you like Karma, you might really like this one. The notes in Påtch are listed as patchouli, agar wood. This is from Fragrantica, by the way, because they don't really have the notes listed out on the website. And to be honest, again, as much as I'm really impressed with these perfumes, the website is also, I find it very annoying and hard to navigate and hard to find things. I've ended up like searching Google for what I'm looking for rather than trying to find it on the website. I don't know. Sometimes things are just over designed to the point of madness. I kind of like things a bit more simple. But in terms of the smell, and the notes on Fragrantica: patchouli, agar wood, oud, leather, spices, and osmanthus. Now, unless there's things in here that isn't listed, that osmanthus is so fruity, peachy and beautiful that it's actually coming and measuring up to that oud and patchouli. Would I have guessed it was leather? I don't know. Would I have guessed it was oud? Maybe, but my goodness, it's a smooth and beautiful, totally unbarnyardy oud. I genuinely... if I could wear patchouli, I'd give this one a try. I know that I can't. I know that it's just patchouli is a note that I just cannot wear. But wow, I mean, Patch, that's a very impressive start. Again, like I say, I just couldn't believe how good some of these are. So that's Patch. I'm going to put them out here. Okay, let's try... they're really in here. Okay, so what's this next one we've got? Okay, so this is Frånk. So again, let's have a little look. I've not got the best lighting going on here. My husband has stolen my charger for my little light, and I can tell that it's kind of dying. But this is frankincense. So frankincense, or Frank as it's called. Let me just find my little... so this is my little sprayer. I would say the patchouli one doesn't seem to change too much. That one, I mean, I should spray it out, shouldn't I? I should tell you. Also, some of these sprayers don't work very well. And my favourite from this whole batch almost doesn't spray at all. I had to tear the top off. So that's another little thing that's slightly annoying, but again, very cheap. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just even more tangy and fruity when you first spray it, but I feel like that osmanthus is so fruity. I feel like there might be fruit in this that's just not listed in patchouli, because it's very tangy at first. It's a beautiful patchouli. It's really interesting. So, okay, let's have a look. Let's find Frånk. Now, this one straight up smells like a Lush perfume. In fact, it smells... I'm trying to nail it down, but I feel like it smells a bit like... what's that one I've got? What would Love do? No. I think it's just called Love. I think this smells like Love. So, Frånk... oh, obviously it's like a frankincense, right? But it's listed as myrrh and olibanum on Fragrantica. So, top notes, lime and lemon. You really get that lime. It's delicious. Middle notes, olibanum, mango, and ylang ylang. Base notes, olibanum, myrrh, and vanilla. This one isn't very florally. It's more fruity. But, I mean, you really get that ylang ylang. Yeah, I mean... and the myrrh and olibanum doesn't take this over at all. I'm going to have to give it another spritz, if I can get this one to spray. You going to work? Yeah. What I did was I just sort of twisted these tops around quite a lot until that I could get a spray out of them. So you get more of that kind of resinous smell when you first spray it. And then the more it dries down, the more you get you got the lime straight away and the lemon. But then it gets a bit more mango-y, it gets creamier, it gets sweeter, the ylang ylang comes through, and that vanilla comes through. This is gorgeous. I will absolutely wear this one 100%. Frånk is lush. Oh, so beautiful. All right, what have we got next? Come to me. I'm going to have to pick this up. All right. So next we have Sand. Getting perfume everywhere. So Sand, that one's a bit easier to see. All right, I'm going to find the notes. Here we go. I've just remembered which one this is. Oh my goodness. Okay. The dry down. straight up Lush perfume. I'm not saying it smells identical to a Lush perfume, but it absolutely has the vibe of a Lush perfume. You can tell that so many of the absolutely amazing Lush perfumes were made by Simon Constantine. You can sense that he's the nose behind these and lots of the other ones that are still at Lush. So this one, Sand, is Australian sandalwood, but this has got banana in it. Now, if you've been watching my channel, you know that I want a banana perfume, and I'm struggling to ever actually find banana perfumes. They are quite difficult. I've been told by a perfumer before that they're quite difficult to make. So the notes here: top notes, banana; middle notes, cardamom and black pepper; base notes, Australian sandalwood, benzoin and labdanum. Now, the magic of this is in the dry down. It does remind me of something. It reminds me of a banana-y version of something I have, and I cannot think what it is. But it's beautiful, and none of the comparisons on Fragrantica make any sense to me, or like, I don't recognise them at least. So I'm just going to spray this out again, because this is one that I think doesn't smell great when you first spray it. Okay. Yeah, do you know what it smells like when you first spray it? A curry. It literally smells like a curry. It smells like a sweet curry. Yeah, there's something about the cardamom and the black pepper, and then that kind of really, like that sweet but resinous benzoin and that smoky labdanum. It smells like a Thai curry. In fact, it almost smells like there's coconut oil or something in it, because it smells that much like a Thai curry. And then I was smelling it and I couldn't stop smelling it, and I was like, oh, I don't think I could wear that. It's making me feel a bit queasy because it smells so much like a curry. But at the same time, I can't stop smelling it because I think it's beautiful. And then the longer it was on the paper, the more it started to smell like banana, like a smooth sandalwood and banana. It really like transitioned into that, like it took a real turn. So Sand is definitely one I've got to try wearing, because I think that might be quite special. I think it's also something that, I don't know, I'd want to smell like all the time, but I mean, that's a magical one. I mean, Sand, well done. All right, next up, pull it out. So Mad. I think this is called Mad because it's got Madagascar vanilla in it. So I think this is their vanilla perfume, but in a classic style. It's not necessarily like a super vanilla-y perfume. Oh, this is lush. This is lovely. There's something quite magical about this. It almost smells like there's some spun sugar or something in it. Okay, notes. Top notes, blackcurrant. Middle notes, ylang ylang, jasmine and cloves. Base notes, Madagascar, vanilla, vetiver and musk. Happily, I get more of the ylang ylang than I do jasmine. I don't really like jasmine. It has to be said, the Lush jasmine was one of the few jasmines that I actually like the smell of. I just can't wear it because jasmine gives me a headache. But honestly, I think Lust is one of the greatest jasmine perfumes. And I have quite a few perfumes that do have jasmine in from Lush. So, yeah, I'm getting blackcurrant. I get some cloves. I get vanilla and I get musk. But there is something sweet in here that almost smells like cotton candy. So I'm going to spray this one out again because that's the dry down. Ugh, sorry if my microphone's making noise. I keep getting it caught. Okay. Yeah, this one doesn't seem to transition a huge amount from what I can tell. I think it's maybe a little bit more fruity when I first spray it. I mean, I'm a losing battle trying to keep these here, aren't I? Yeah, maybe a bit more syrupy, a bit more blackcurranty. I'm trying really hard to think of what this smells like. I feel like it smells like some kind of sweets or something. I think it might have been Claire Smith. I think I might have seen Claire Smith's review of this on Fragrantica. And I think she said it smells slightly medicinal, maybe like lozenges or something. But I'm not really getting that from this. I'm getting something else. Almost like a kind of, like a sweet that might be like blackcurrant and custard flavoured sweet. It's unusual, but it's so pretty. And like I like that this is their vanilla perfume because it's a really interesting vanilla and it's not so heavy in the vanilla. But there's definitely something in it that's making me think of cotton candy, like, or spun sugar or something. Yes, but like actual, like, less cotton candy, more actual spun sugar, you know, if you make it properly from scratch. That's really pretty, really interesting. I'm really looking forward to trying out Mad. I think that one is just very, very interesting indeed. All right, what have we got next? Ooh, Bårk. So Bårk, let's have a look. Interesting one. I think this is their newest. So, okay. This one's got a kind of green colour to it. Let's see. Gosh, this is pretty. Why is this so pretty? The notes in this are mango, cannabis, Brazilian rosewood, fir and cedar. They haven't got top, middle and base listed. This is a soft, gentle... It's that rosewood, man. The rosewood and the mango together. What a combination. So, okay, let me just spray this out. Oof. So you get the fir, the cedar and the cannabis when you first spray it. Much more than you do in the dry down, I would say. On the card anyway. Again, I have to try these on my skin. They haven't been on my skin yet. But yeah, the mango starts coming through. But you're really getting some of that fir. You're getting some of that cannabis. It's more woody in a less kind of smooth way and kind of like a slightly more masculine way at first. But then when it dries down, oh my God, it's so pretty. And it's a really nice mango perfume. It's just sort of transitioning to get fruitier and then it gets smoother and it smells more like it's going to be a bit like a really pretty skin scent. And I do like Brazilian rosewood. You know, you get that thing with like June where it's got that beautiful rosewood in it and it's got this fantastic smoothness. That is, I'm really excited to wear that one. Oh, I'm just so excited about these perfumes. They're just... Anyway, what have we got next? Okay. You want to come out. Far. This one's Far. Let me just find the notes for this. I will find them. I've got them here somewhere. Oh my God, I've just realised which one this is. This is the one where I'm like, I might need a bottle of this. Well, that's how I'm feeling at the moment anyway. Okay, Far. I've got this one on my skin. Alright, the notes. Top notes, yuzu, kaffir lime. Middle notes, mandarin orange and labdanum. Base notes, biscuit. This smells like a lemon cheesecake. But it doesn't, like, even though it's got biscuit in it, I am over the moon with this particular biscuit because, again, if you are a subscriber and you watch me and you've been watching me for a while, you'll know that I hate popcorny, biscuity notes if they smell literal. So anything that's too literal is just, it smells dirty to me, like dirty towels. There is a staleness that comes with some nutty perfumes, some biscuity perfumes that just is too much like a food and therefore just smells kind of dirty to me in a perfume. There is none of that here. And when I say cheesecake, it's got this beautiful, smooth creaminess to it, but it's not like, it's not cheesy, you know, it doesn't taste like it doesn't smell like a literal food. But holy S, this is so beautiful. Oh my God. This is my kind of gourmand in that I don't think you'd smell me and think I'd like just dropped a cake on my arm or whatever. It's just sweet, it's pretty, it's still really zesty and juicy and citrusy, so it's not moved too far into the horrifically sickly. It's not too strong, it's not too sweet. I think I'm surprised considering like how mad everyone's just gone for the acro lemon. I can't even remember, it's called Bake, I think. I've never seen anyone talk about far, and this is incredible. I am very excited to wear this. Whether I want to wear it in high heat, I haven't worked out yet, but I think I could probably wear it in quite warm weather without feeling sick. I don't know if I'd want to wear it for a whole day, because it is actually it's kind of sweet and gourmandy in that way. But I am so excited about far. I'm just going to spray it out again. The dry down is incredible. Oh, this is the one that doesn't spray properly. Oh, I got something out. It's more buttery and biscuity when you first spray it. But then, oh, no, straight in with that yuzu and kaffir lime. This is stunning. Do you know what this smells like? It smells like my mum's homemade key lime pie. And she does it in that classic kind of British style, not the American way, where it is basically a cheesecake. So it's like cream cheese, lime zest, icing sugar, and condensed milk on a nice salty digestive biscuit base. This is so perfect. I am so excited about this, guys. Oh my god. Oh, I'm going to have to... This is the one that I feel I'm going to make a short of, because I think people are going to love this perfume, and I've never seen anyone talk about it. So, that is just absolutely incredible. All right. 3 left, guys. What do we got? Okay, Bean. So, Bean is the one that I was the most interested in. And yet, at the moment, it's my least favourite, which is weird. I've got it on my arm. I'm just going to give it a sniff. This one... Okay, so Bean. Let me find the little Bean. I'll tell you the notes. You'll probably understand why I was excited about it. So, top notes, orange and neroli. Middle notes, lavender and fennel. Base notes, tonka bean. So, I love tonka bean. I really do. I way prefer it to vanilla. I love lavender. I love orange. I was hoping the neroli would be quite low down in the mix, and I think it's relatively low. The fennel smells very medicinal here, and I think the fennel, personally for me, the fennel is way too strong in this perfume. It's taking over everything else. On the card it's very strong, on my skin it's even stronger, and a fennel, I mean, it's got that kind of sambuca vibe, and I quite like that kind of smell, but there's just something about it mixed with that neroli and the lavender that I think makes it so like an apothecary smell. I mean, it smells a bit like licorice or like aniseed balls, you know? Yeah, it smells like licorice and aniseed balls. Which this is one I'll have to come back to in winter, because I wanted more tonka bean, I wanted more lavender, I wanted more orange. I mean, let's be real. What I wanted was a wearable version of Twilight, and I love Twilight, but I only really use that on my bed. There's something about that one, because the lavender is so strong in that, that I don't find it massively comfortable to wear, but I do think it's one of the best perfumes that Lush has ever made. And one of the best smells that any of their products have. I love Twilight. I love Sleepy, which is basically Twilight in the form of bath bombs and stuff. So I wanted it to be like a slightly more wearable, more perfumey version of that, and I was hoping that orange and the other things would balance it out, but it almost smells like there's chocolate. It almost smells like aniseed balls, licorice, dark chocolate. And then almost has a slightly chocolate, like a dark chocolate orangey smell about it. It smells more like, you know, those very bitter oranges that you get. I want to say Arancia, is that what they're called? There's a type of Italian orange. I don't know why I think of it as black oranges, but I think that's just because San Pellegrino, if you get one of those, one of the bitter orange ones, they're in like they used to be in a black can. I don't even think you can get those anymore over here, but that's what it's reminding me of, which is almost like a kind of orange and aniseed and licorice. This one might grow on me, I don't know. I've tried it on my skin and the fennel is really strong. But again, it might be the wrong time of year. So I'm going to try this in cold weather because that might be when this is best. I still don't, it's not like I actually dislike it. It's just not quite what I was hoping for or what I was expecting. But I mean, it's still pretty interesting, I would say. But maybe an acquired taste. Cake. Okay, so I really, this isn't on Fragrantica. And I found it quite difficult to find on their site. This is the one I had to do a Google search for. So I don't know if this is like a new one. It's just not showing up anywhere really, or whether it's an old one. Let's just spray this out. This is such a strange perfume to me. I think so far Cake, although if I look at the notes, when I tell you the notes, I should like it. But it's the only one that I'm not liking. So let's have a little look. I had to get these off the actual website. They're not on Fragrantica. So it says, fancy a cake with a difference. Here's our magic recipe. Epically creamy, cakey caramel notes that are good enough to eat. A dollop of fair trade cocoa absolute oozing with yummy goodness. Deforestation-free, environmentally conscious cocoa beans. Yeah, that's pretty much all they talk about. That's all they say. But this has a weird green leaf smell to it that's making it so sickly, because it is sweet. It's not even, it's almost more like very sugary black coffee than it is cocoa, if you see what I mean. I would never have guessed there was caramel in this. I'm trying to think what it is, but it smells like a plant. It smells like a green leaf kind of plant. It's not dandelion milk, which is disgusting, but it's a smell that I recognise from my mum's garden, I think. I feel like I've smelt this on my hands, and it's definitely a plant smell, or like a stem of a plant smell. Yeah, I really don't think this one's very nice. I can't get on with it. It smells wild to me. It definitely, like, it's getting more sugary as it dries down, but this is, to me, a million miles away from smelling like a cake. I don't think this smells cakey at all. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the dry down is much better than the first spray and maybe the first 5 minutes. So what I'll have to do is, when I'm feeling a bit brave, I'll try it on my skin and I'll see if it completely changes. But I still, even when it's like sweet and it's drying down, I still never would have guessed this was chocolate and caramel or cocoa and caramel. Like, I just never ever would have guessed that. Yeah, so I'm not, that's the only one so far that I'm not convinced of. It's the only one that I'm like, no, don't know about that one. So last and definitely not least, we have one called Bear. So Bear, let's have a look. We've done Bean, we've done Sand, we've done Bark, we've done Mad. Bear, okay. I did not expect to think this was good at all. But it's beautiful. So beautiful. I've sort of had my mind blown a bit by this collection. I really do think Simon Constantine, he obviously makes things that really appeal to me, because I like so many of his Lush perfumes as well. So, I mean, who would have thought I'd have liked this? Top notes, pine. Middle notes, fir and red cedar. Base notes, vanilla. This feels like what CK Into You wanted to be. It's I would say, you could argue this leans masculine just because of that kind of pine and fir and that kind of general woody resinous vibe. But there's quite a lot of vanilla in this. But it's I nearly swore, a stunning vanilla. A sweet, sugary vanilla that isn't perfumey at all. It's not sickly or sickening. My husband would smell like heaven in this, but I'm definitely going to have to try this myself because it's so beautiful. And like, I think this for me might be like something really perfect for Christmas time, just when I want to smell a bit like a Christmas tree but in like a slightly sweeter and more girly way, because I have the Awakening Woods of Scandinavia by 4711 from their Aqua Colonia Intense range. I've got a little sample of that, a carded sample, and that's one where I'm like, that's a beautiful, very resinous, it smells like a forest, but it also a bit rosy, but that one's very, to me, very masculine. But it's the closest thing to like a kind of Christmassy tree smell that I've smelt outside of Lush Guardian of the Forest, which is actually a very resinous, piney, Christmas tree-like smell. But that comes in massive bottles of the body spray, and I don't really want to spend £20 on a huge bottle of something I might just use at Christmas. And I might even just use to spray around the house at Christmas. But yeah, so when you first spray this, you get let me just think about this. I'd say there's more of the red cedar, more of the fir and pine. So it's definitely more woody, it's more green, it's more foresty. There's something else going on here and I can't think how to describe it. Almost like a spice. What is that smell? This is another one I'm going to have to test out, because I don't know if there's more going on here than it actually says on Fragrantica, which is very possible. Now, they do have some information in this booklet, but they don't really have the notes in a way that's particularly easy to look at. But I am going to look at Bear, if I can find it. Mad. Oh, god damn, that's so delicious. It's ridiculous. Bear. Okay, what does it say? It doesn't really say much about what the actual notes are. I would personally find this much more interesting if they provided a booklet that actually gave you the notes, because that's what I'm interested in, and I think that's a really interesting part of this. I'd like to know what the actual notes are. And I wouldn't necessarily have thought it was pine, fir or red cedar, but there is some kind of spiciness that it feels like. I don't know, I'm going to have to try this one, but it dries down, and the more it dries down, the prettier it gets, the more like a vanilla-y skin scent with this really interesting piney fir vibe. Really, I mean, I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed. So these are just incredible. I think they're fantastic. I'm probably going to do some little shorts with things when I've just ones that I think everyone's going to go mad for, and I think people would like to know about, because I feel like this is such a niche and like underground company that I don't know that people will sit and watch like a half an hour video of this, but I will have to carry on investigating these, and then I'll make a few more videos, maybe some shorts, and you'll see some in my what I wore last week, because I'm definitely going to test some of these. I am blown away by the quality of these. I think they're beautiful. I don't think they're like hugely strong, but it's kind of hard to get an idea of that from these little samples unless I really spray loads, because obviously they just give you tiny sprays. But the fact they do the parfum versions and the eau de toilette versions, I think is going to be really handy, and also will make it more affordable if you want to get a 50ml bottle. I think the 50ml bottles are about £65, but you can get 10ml of the eau de parfum as well, so it's more affordable. And you can actually buy these little samples. So if there's only a couple here you're interested in, you can get those. I'm super excited about these. I think that this is a very exciting experience for me. I think if you love Lush perfumes, you are going to love these and Perfumes from Simon Constantine.